Welcome, listeners, to Daily English Talk.
Welcome back to our podcast, everyone. We are so incredibly happy to have you here with us today for another exciting chat. If you love our conversations and want to keep improving your life and skills with us, please take a moment to subscribe to the channel and turn on that notification bell. Truly helps us grow and keep creating more great content for you.
Yes, a warm welcome to everyone. Today, we are diving into a topic that so many of you have asked for. It is one of the biggest challenges people face when trying to master a new language. We are talking about how to actually think in English and finally stop translating everything inside your head.
This is going to be such a game changer for your fluency. So, Alex, let us get right into it and share the best secrets to help everyone speak naturally and effortlessly.
You know, Bella, so many English learners face a huge, awkward pause whenever they try to speak. They tell me they know the words in their head, but their mouth just freezes up when it is time to talk.
That happens because they are doing double work in their minds. They hear English, translate it to their native language, think of the answer, and then translate it back before speaking. It takes too much time.
Exactly, it is exhausting. It feels like your brain is frozen because you are using twice the mental energy just to say one simple sentence. It ruins the whole natural flow of a conversation.
It really is like trying to drive a car while constantly looking at the manual to see how to change gears. By the time you find the instructions, the traffic has already moved on and you are left behind.
So, how do we actually stop doing this? We have been programmed since childhood to think in our first language, so it feels almost impossible to just switch it off and change our brain.
You do not need to switch your entire brain overnight, Alex. You start very small with a simple technique I like to call spontaneous labeling, which requires zero complex grammar.
Spontaneous labeling? That sounds like an interesting concept. Can you explain how it actually works in daily life for someone sitting at home right now?
Instead of trying to think in full sentences, you just look around your room and name objects only in English. For example, you just look and say desk, chair, phone, window, wall.
I get it. By doing that, you force your brain to connect the physical object directly to the English word, completely skipping the translation step in the middle.
Spot on, Alex. If you practice this 50 times a day with different things you see, your brain naturally starts to build a direct, fast bridge to the English language.
That is a brilliant start for physical objects. But how do we move to the next level? How do we move from just naming things to describing the actions that we do?
That brings us perfectly to step number 2, which is building internal monologues. This simply means acting like the silent, personal narrator of your own daily life.
Oh, so while I'm making my morning coffee in the kitchen, I should talk to myself inside my head using English instead of my native language?
Yes, exactly. You can silently say to yourself, "I am pouring the milk. Coffee smells amazing. Where are my keys?" Just use simple, short 3-word sentences.
I love that because absolutely nobody else is listening to you. You can make mistakes inside your head, and there is no pressure at all. You are just building the muscle.
Exactly. But there is a major trap here that many learners fall into, Alex. When people do not know a specific English word while thinking, they stop everything and open a translation app.
I see people do that all the time. They get stuck on one word and ruin their focus. Why is it such a bad habit to check the dictionary immediately?
Because it completely interrupts your train of thought and teaches your brain to rely on a crutch. Instead, you should use a smart strategy called circumlocution.
Circumlocution? That sounds like a fancy academic word. What does it actually mean for a regular student trying to practice?
It simply means describing the word you forgot by using the English you already know. For example, if you forget the word refrigerator, you do not look it up.
So instead of translating, I tell myself, the big, cold box in the kitchen where we keep food fresh. That way, my brain stays entirely in English mode.
Perfect. That teaches your brain how to solve communication problems naturally, which is exactly what native speakers do when they forget a word during a conversation.
That makes complete sense. So, we have labeled objects, narrated our actions, and learned to describe words we do not know. What is the final step to fully sink our brain into English?
The final step is to change your media consumption. Stop watching movies and videos with subtitles in your native language. Switch the subtitles to English or turn them off completely.
That sounds a bit scary for beginners. Won't they feel lost if they do not understand every single sentence spoken in the movie?
It is completely normal to feel lost at first. But your brain is incredibly smart. It will start guessing meanings from the context, the expressions, and the action on the screen.
So, it forces the brain to adapt and absorb the language naturally, just like a child learns to speak by listening to their parents.
Exactly, Alex. It builds that natural intuition. If you combine these 3 steps every day, you will surprise yourself with how fast the translation habit disappears. Now let us move on to our special vocabulary section. Today we have 4 very common yet interesting words that will make your English sound much more natural. Let us look at how to use them. The first word is awesome. This word means extremely good, excellent, or amazing. It is one of the most common words Americans use every day to express excitement. For example, the new movie we watched last night was absolutely awesome.
The second word is chill. This word simply means to relax, calm down, or spend time doing nothing stressful. People use it all the time with friends instead of saying relax. For example, I am not going out tonight, I just want to stay home and chill.
The third word is gorgeous. This is a beautiful word that means very attractive, wonderful, or extremely pretty. You can use it to describe a person, a place, or even a view. For example, the weather today is beautiful and the sunset looks gorgeous.
The fourth word is messy. When something is messy, it means it is untidy, dirty, or not organized. It is a very helpful word to describe rooms, desks, or even hair. For example, I need to clean my bedroom today because it is very messy.
We have just learned 4 amazing words: awesome, chill, gorgeous, and messy. Now choose one of these words and put it in a sentence in the comments below. Well, that brings us to the end of today's episode. We really hope these tips help you break the habit of translating and start thinking directly in English.
Absolutely. Remember, it takes a little bit of daily practice. But if you start labeling objects around your house and narrating your day silently, you will see amazing progress very quickly. Do not give up.
Thank you so much for listening and practicing with us today. If you enjoyed this conversation and found it helpful, please give this video a big thumbs up and leave a comment below. We love reading your comments, especially the amazing sentences you create using our new vocabulary words.
Yes, we are waiting to see your examples in the comments. Do not forget to subscribe to the channel so you never miss our future episodes. Have a wonderful day. Keep practicing, and we will see you in the next one.
Goodbye, everyone, and take care.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe for more lessons.